Good morning children. Today I am going to explain a special type of mirrors. They are spherical mirrors. So spherical mirrors, what are spherical mirrors? A spherical mirror is a special type of mirror whose surface is a part of sphere. Whose surface is a part of sphere. So to understand the special type of spherical mirrors, now this is a ball, this is a sphere made by plastic. You can understand what I am saying. This is a sphere made by plastic. So to make the spherical mirrors, what we need to do? We need to take a sphere made by glass. Sphere made by glass. Then you make it cut. You cut the sphere. If you cut the sphere, it will be divided into two parts, right? You can understand. If you take a ball, if you cut the ball, you will come to know it will be divided into two parts. So like these parts you will get, right? Suppose this is a sphere. These two parts you can separate it, right? Now what you have to do to make concave mirror and to get the convex mirror, how to get the concave mirror and how to get the convex mirror. Okay. Now you take some part of the sphere. Imagine this is a sphere. From this glass sphere, you can cut the glass sphere and you will get the two parts. So from that, suppose you can imagine this is a one part. You can imagine this is a one part, right? So what I will do to get the concave mirror, outside I will take this part, outside the part I will polish the outer side of the section. Polish the outer side of the section. Imagine this. Okay, this is the outer side, samjho. Okay, outside I will polish it and then cover it with a silver layer. Polish it and silver layer, then cover it with silver layer and a protective paint you have to apply. So from this, if you see, after applying paint, from this you cannot see, right? Because already paint is done. So now the reflective surface is inside. So the reflecting surface is inside means you will get the concave mirror. So here, such type of mirrors, the reflecting surface is inwards. The reflecting surface is inwards means you will get the concave mirror. In the same way, to get the convex mirror, polish the inner side. Inside polishing must be done, and then cover it with a silver layer and a protective paint if you apply. From inside you cannot see, from outside you can see. So the reflecting surface is outward. The reflecting surface is outward, or the reflecting surface is bulging outwards. The reflecting surface is bulging outwards. You will get a convex mirror. So now I will show the two types of mirrors you can understand. Okay, this is convex mirror. You can see coating is there. Definitely when you look at the concave mirror and convex mirror, just you look at the outside, you can see the coating was done. What they do? First they will polish and then silver layer coating and then a protective paint they apply. Okay, these are the two types of mirrors, spherical mirrors. One is convex. Now how can you say that one is convex? Means if you look at the mirror, if your face is a little bit bigger in size, then that will be convex. And here, okay, if it is bigger, it is concave. This is concave, children. So to understand it, okay, for best example I can say, okay, even in the colony itself, on the corners of the road corner, okay, the junction of the corners, they kept a big mirror type arrangement. That the big mirrors are nothing but convex mirrors. Convex mirrors they kept. They are called safety mirrors. Safety mirrors they will keep. When the junction of the three roads, they will keep the safety mirrors. The safety mirrors are made by convex or convex mirrors. Convex mirrors are used as safety mirrors. Okay. Now, in briefly, to say how the concave and convex mirrors they can make, you have to take a glass sphere, right? You have to cut the glass sphere and then outside, if you coating, okay, outer surface, I can say outer surface, if you do the polish on outer surface and silver coating, and then if you apply a protective paint, the inside you can see this is the reflecting surface area. Reflecting surface area is inside. Then you will get the concave mirror. The same way, if you want to make the convex mirror, okay, inside you have to do the painting. Okay, before painting, what you have to do first? You have to polish the section. Inside section you have to polish. Inner side of the section you have to polish, and then cover with a silver layer, and then a protective paint if you apply. So from inside, if you see, you cannot see. So the outside only, the reflecting surface area is outwards. You can, that is nothing but convex mirror. Okay. So for simply to say about this convex nature and concave nature, in your home, in the kitchen, you can see the steel vessels you can see. Okay, a steel spoon, new steel spoon if you observe. Okay, if you reverse the steel spoon, that is like a convex mirror. Inside if you see, that is like a concave mirror. Okay, now we will see the important terms which are used in the case of spherical mirrors. In spherical mirrors, we will use some important terms. What are the important terms? Center of curvature, radius of curvature, pole, the principal axis, the normal, the focus, and the focal length. Now I am going to explain these things. Yes, children, now you can see center of curvature. Now these are the important terms: center of curvature, radius of curvature. Okay. Now how to understand the center of curvature? The center of curvature is very simple. The center of curvature of, suppose this is the spherical mirror. Imagine this is a part of the sphere. This is the part of the sphere from which you have made a concave mirror, or whether it is concave mirror or convex mirror. Okay, the midpoint of the, what is center of curvature means? Center of curvature of a spherical mirror is the center of the sphere, of which the given mirror is a part. If you imagine a sphere, the center part of the sphere, of which the given mirror is a part. The center of the sphere of which the given mirror is a part. For this such type of mirror, this is the center point. So this is called center of curvature. From this mirror, this is the center of curvature. You can understand what I am saying. The center point of the sphere. The center point. Okay, the center of curvature means center of curvature of a spherical mirror is the center of the sphere. Of which the given mirror is a part. Once again I am repeating, what is center of curvature? Center of curvature of a spherical mirror is the center point of the sphere of which the given mirror is a part. The center point is called as center of curvature. Center of curvature is always represented by C. The same way, what is the radius of curvature? Radius of curvature means the radius of sphere. It is nothing but radius of sphere. See, from here to here, if you draw a line, the radius of the sphere is called radius of curvature. Radius of sphere of which the given mirror is a part. Radius of curvature means the radius of sphere. That is simply, it is nothing but the radius. You know, in a sphere, see for example, this is a sphere. From the distance between this here to here, it is called radius. So the center radius of curvature means the radius of sphere of which the given mirror is a part is known as radius of curvature. From the sphere, if you draw a line, at any point from the sphere on the surface of the sphere, if you draw any line from the surface of the sphere to the center of curvature, you will get the radius of curvature, in other words, right? Next, the pole. What is pole? This is the midpoint or central point. See, for example, this is the part of the sphere. So the midpoint or central point. The midpoint or central point of the midpoint or the central point of the session. The midpoint or central point of the session of which the given mirror is a part. The midpoint or the central point of the session of the sphere used for making a spherical mirror. The central point or the midpoint, central point or the midpoint, central point or midpoint. Okay, the central point or the midpoint of the section, okay, of the sphere used for making a spherical mirror. The central point or the midpoint is called a pole. Pole is always represented by P. P is nothing but P. P means pole. Okay. Next, the principal axis. If the line joining between the center of curvature and the pole, the line joining between the center of curvature and the pole is called a principal axis. Here you can see the line joining between the center of curvature and the principal axis. This line is called as principal axis. X-axis, Y-axis, Z-axis is the same way the principal axis. The principal axis is the line joining between the pole and the center of curvature. The line joining between the pole and the center of curvature is the principal axis. And the normal. Okay, the normal is nothing but, normal is equal to radius of curvature. Normal is nothing but radius of curvature. Okay, the normal of a spherical mirror, the normal to a spherical mirror is at any point on the given spherical mirror, at any given point on the spherical mirror, okay, from there to the center of curvature. If you draw a line, that is called as normal. Okay, the line joining from any part of the surface of the part, the line joining between the any point on the surface to the center of curvature. That line is called a normal. It is nothing but radius only. The normal is nothing but radius. So to define normal, how to define? The normal to a spherical mirror is at any point on its surface. At any point on its surface, okay, it is simply the joining point on the mirror surface to the center of curvature of the mirror. To the center of curvature of the mirror. This line, here to here, this line is called as normal. Right? Next, focus. Focus means, see, for example, this is a beam of lines. This is a beam of lines. When these beam of lines, after reflecting, okay, the beam of lines, after reflecting, they meet a particular point on the principal axis. The point is called the focus. Suppose sometimes really the rays are meeting, sometimes the rays may be expected to meet. The rays may be expected to meet. See, for example, in case of concave mirror, these are the rays after reflecting here they are meeting. This is called a focus. For the case of in case of convex mirror, this is the light rays. These are the light rays. Actually, after reflecting, this is the direction of the light rays. But these appear to meet in this particular point. This is called focus. For convex mirror, this is called focus, and this for concave mirror, this is called focus. So, suppose sometimes the rays may be meeting, directly meeting, and sometimes appears to be meet. Okay, that is why. Okay, sometimes the rays actually meet here in concave case. In concave mirror case, the rays actually meet, and in convex mirror case, okay, they converge. Okay, and that is called the focus. So for concave mirror inside the here you can see the focus. In case of convex mirror, here you can see the focus. The rays are not directly meeting; they are converging on the principal axis, at a point on the principal axis. That is called focus. So while defining how to define, okay, all these rays appear to meet or diverge from a point on its principal axis. On the principal axis they may meet, okay, they may converge on the principal axis, or they may be appear to meet on the principal axis. That particular point is called focus. Okay, focus of spherical mirror, focus of the concave mirror and focus of the convex mirror. And what about the focal length? This is very simple. The distance between the pole, this is pole, right? The midpoint is called pole. The distance between the pole and the focus of the mirror is known as focal length. This is called as focal length. The distance between the pole and focus, the distance between the pole and focus of the mirror is called focal length. From convex mirror here, the distance between the pole and focus, the distance between the pole and focus of the mirror is called focal length. Generally, the relationship between focal length and radius will be most of the spheres, spherical mirrors, focal length is almost half of the radius. Focal length value, focal length is f. Focal length is represented as f. F value is nearly half of the radius, half of the distance of the half of the radius. Focal length, the value of focal length equal to half of the radius. Okay. The focal length is nearly half of the radius of curvature. We can say radius. This is also called radius of the curvature. Okay, radius of the curvature. F equal to r by 2. These are the important terms for spherical mirrors. Yes, children, now I am going to explain the laws of reflection of spherical mirror. So, to understand these laws of reflection of a spherical mirror, okay, now general diagrams I will be drawing. For concave mirror, these are the concave mirror, this is the concave mirror. One side concave mirror, okay, and the second side convex mirror I draw. Convex mirror. So by using these diagrams, I will say about the laws of reflection of spherical mirror. Okay, this all you know. This is the center of curvature. The center. Okay, this is the midpoint. This is pole. Right. If a line. Okay, if a line joining between the center of curvature. This is the line joining between the center of curvature and the pole is called principal axis. Right? Now, what is the first law? A ray parallel to the principal axis. Now you see, this is the principal axis. Now if I draw a ray parallel to the principal axis, right? A ray parallel to the principal axis. Here also I will draw a ray. This is parallel. This is the parallel line. This is a ray parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, a ray parallel to the principal axis, okay, passes through the focus after reflection. After reflection, what happens? This is the reflection. When it is reflected, this they made. Okay, now you can see here. A ray parallel to the principal axis. This is the principal axis. A ray parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through the focus. This is the focus point. So definitely the ray goes like this. A ray parallel to the principal axis. A ray parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through the focus. This is the first law. A ray parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through the focus. For convex mirror, how to show? So for convex mirror, this is the center of curvature. This is the leg. It is the midpoint pole. Okay, if you join these lines, this is called principal axis. Right? For convex mirror, suppose it. Now, once again, I am repeating the first law. A ray parallel to the principal axis. Here also. A ray parallel to the principal axis. right? A ray parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, okay, they pass through the focus. Now here, this is the ray actually. This is the reflected ray. Here, this is the reflected ray. This is the reflected ray. But they appear to meet on the focus. Okay, they will meet a particular point. That is focus. Here they appear. Yeah, this is the focus. So, a ray parallel to the principal axis, whether it is concave mirror or convex mirror, a ray parallel to the principal axis, after reflection, definitely they passes through the focus. That is why we are telling a ray, once again I am repeating, a ray parallel to the principal axis, okay, appears to diverge or passes through the focus of the mirror. Passes through the focus. In any case, simply this is the best way. A ray parallel to the principal axis, after reflection, they passes through the focus. After reflection, they passes through the focus. This is the first point. Okay. First, we can say this is the first law. Okay. These are some rules. So these are the laws. This is the first law. Next, one more. Second law I am explaining, you observe carefully. A ray directed toward the focus. Now these are all I will repeat. Right? A ray directed toward the focus. Now you can imagine this is the ray directed toward the focus. A ray directed toward the focus. After reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. A ray directed toward the focus. After reflection, it passes through a ray directed toward the focus. After reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. The same thing. A ray directed toward the, here you can see, a ray directed toward the focus. A ray directed toward the focus. After reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. How it is? This is the ray. This is the direction. A ray directed toward the focus. Suppose you can imagine this is from this the line is okay. A ray directed toward the focus. Definitely after reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. So after reflection, definitely here this is the direction of reflected ray. A ray directed toward the focus. Second law, what? First law, what I said? A ray parallel to the principal axis. After reflection, it passes through the focus. Right? Second law, what it says? A ray directed toward the focus. After reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. A ray directed toward the focus. After reflection, it will be parallel to the principal axis. Right? This is the second law of a spherical mirror. And third one, a ray directed toward the center of curvature. A ray directed toward the center of curvature. Here, you can imagine this is the ray directed toward the center of curvature. Definitely after reflection, okay, it will be bounced back. A ray directed toward the center of curvature, of spherical mirror retraces its path after reflection. Retraces means same direction. Suppose this is the direction of a ray directed toward the center of curvature. Okay, it retraces its path after reflection. Same direction. Now here also you can draw. If a ray directed toward the center of curvature, a ray directed toward the center of curvature. From here I can draw. This is the center of curvature. If a ray directed toward the center of curvature, definitely it retraces its path. Same path. It retraces its path after reflection. These are the two laws of reflection, children. Okay. These are the three laws of reflection. What is the first law? Okay, just I am telling, try to understand. A ray parallel to the principal axis. If a ray parallel to the principal axis, after reflection it passes through the focus. This is the first law of reflection of spherical mirror. Second law, what it says? If a ray directed toward the focus, okay, after reflection parallel to the principal axis. And third law of reflection, what it says? A ray directed toward the center of curvature. Okay, it retraces its path after reflection. These are the three laws of reflection. By using these three laws, now we can discuss what type of images are formed by convex mirror and concave mirror. Right? Thank you.